Germany's ruling coalition is getting ready for yet another major setback this weekend. The nation is in the midst of a couple of local elections that are really weakening Germany's governing coalition government. The German state of Bavaria held its local election on October 14th, and then the state of Hesse is going to hold its election on Sunday. Now, these elections pose three major problems for Ms. Merkel, all of which are weakening the coalition and could even destroy Ms. Merkel's career as Germany's chancellor. So the first of these trends that's emerging from these elections is plummeting support for Ms. Merkel's party. Hesse, where the elections will be on Sunday, is home to Frankfurt, which is the big financial capital for Germany. It's typically a stronghold for Ms. Merkel's center-right party. But polls forecast that her party would receive 26% of the vote. If that happens, or if it's anything close to that low, that's a massive drop for her party. They got 38% last time around. In Bavaria, where there was the other election a couple of weeks ago, Ms. Merkel's party doesn't run, but her sister party, the Christian Social Union, does. And, well, they got pummeled in that election there. They had their worst result for 68 years. It was one of the very few times where they didn't win more than 50% of the vote, and instead, Ms. Merkel's sister party only got 37%. Now, this plummeting support for Ms. Merkel and her party, that's making a lot of people unhappy within her party. A lot of talk about a new leader. Her party has a conference coming up in December, and they need to decide who they want to be their leader. And there's even talk that they might try and get rid of Angela Merkel then. The second big trend to emerge from these elections is plummeting support for the Social Democrats. So Ms. Merkel's party is in a coalition. So she's running, and then she's ruling alongside the Social Democratic Party. And typically the Social Democrats are Germany's main left-wing party, almost their equivalent of, say, the Democrats in the United States. And the elections have been a disaster for the Social Democrats as well. In federal elections going back decades, typically, they'd be winning around 40-ish% of the vote. In Bavaria, in those elections a couple of weeks ago, they won under 10%. They came in 4th place. Polls also forecast them to do badly, not quite that terribly, but still very badly in Hesse. Their time as Germany's main left-wing party might be over. And of course, that's causing a crisis in the party. Many people in that party want to leave the coalition. If they do that, that would bring down Angela Merkel's government. And the third big trend that's rising from these elections is the rise of the Alternative for Deutschland, this far-right party, the AfD. They entered the Bavarian state parliament for the very first time with over 10% of the vote on that election a couple of weeks ago. They are also forecast almost certainly to enter the Hesse state parliament for the first time on Sunday. And once that's happened, for the very first time, they'll have representatives in all of Germany's different regional parliaments. That's a major defeat for Germany's mainstream politics. The mainstream parties have done everything they can to demonize the AfD, to prevent people from voting for them, for making sure they're just beyond the pale. But instead, their support just keeps growing. Now, you put all of these trends together, and you see a crisis building for German politics. Project Syndicate had an article earlier this week saying that it's the end of Germany's two-party system. And they wrote that the nation, quote, could be heading for a new era of paralysis and instability. This is exactly what we've been warning about for years at the trumpet. Now, the Bible describes a massive change coming to German politics. Daniel chapter 11 talks about the rise of a strong leader within Germany. And it states that he shall not, quote, well, he won't be given, quote, the honor of the kingdom, but he shall come in peaceably and obtain the kingdom by flatteries. Barnes notes on the Old and New Testament comments on this passage, and it says, in other words, it should not be conferred on him by any law or act of the nation or in any regular succession or claim. So this leader comes on the scene in extraordinary circumstances. And it's not just a straightforward election result. And Trumpet Editor-in-Chief Gerald Flurry talked about this and back in 2009. He said that this leader could, quote, perhaps take advantage of a weak coalition. So in all of this turmoil in Germany, with the end of their two-party system, with massive dissatisfaction in their main left-wing and right-wing parties, with the rise of these extreme parties. We're seeing the stage set exactly the way we've been describing it for years, to pave the way for that strongman. Now this strongman prophesied in the Bible is someone you have to know more about. He's going to have a huge impact on the world, on you, on your life. So to learn more about how this man's going to come on the scene, what you need to do about it and about this news, you can read our free book, A Strong German Leader is Imminent. You can download a copy of that from our website, thetrumpet.com, and we're also more than happy to send you your free print copy with no delivery costs, no follow-up, no obligation, nothing at all like that. We just want to get this out to as many people as possible, and you can order your free print copy of that book as well at thetrumpet.com.